Guys, how you doing? I want to talk a little bit about week 5. Excuse me. Okay, well, here we are. Welcome to week 5. And, last week during week 4, we started this really awesome venture into our personal branding. And we really jumped in with, actual active design as it's applied to our business cards and our letterheads. Now, food for thought here. Now, the letterhead, what would happen with the letterhead typically when you're done with it? What are you going to use your letterhead for as a student? And I think it's obvious is we're going to place our resume on that letterhead. Remember, we worked on our resume. And, I don't know if you guys remember, but in my critiques for the resume itself, I don't know if you remember, but I didn't do any critiquing, well, not much, on design itself. So in other words, I didn't direct you to design in any specific direction. I may have given little design tips here and there, typography tips, but I didn't really direct you in any specific direction per se. And the reason for that is because we are going to apply our resume to our letterhead in order to further solidify our branding package as student designers introducing themselves to this hiring market in design. So that is the business card and the letterhead. So, I think those of you who have been really been paying attention and also reading along with the course materials, specifically the textbook and some of the other course materials, supplemental sites and things in the readings and resources folders. I've been kind of directing towards minimal design, and the reason for that is because while you're learning branding and learning to brand yourself, it's best for you not to be stumbling over trying to design this awesome, stellar, awesome personal branding logo and design suite while you're learning branding. So it's my belief that if you learn the basics while working with some sort of graphic, it's something preferably minimal, so you don't have all sorts of form and meanings and secondary and tertiary colors of meanings of color and form to block your way into this effective learning of the self-branding process. Okay, so yes, I have been directing towards minimal design. I think it's really important for you to understand that as designers, you design your logo now. It's by no means done. I mean, this is something that's going to evolve through the rest of your career. I settled on my logo about 7 years ago. And that's the one I've been using since. But that logo was 20-some years in the making. It evolved and it just kind of perpetuated and it morphed itself into what it is today. So, I by no means am still using my design from college, from my design school. Of course, the reason I'm saying that is because you should be expecting to change your logo and to change your branding as you grow as a designer and you become more familiar and you learn more about design. You'll be able to present yourself that much more effectively. Okay? Hope that makes sense. That's why we're talking about moving into this effective presentation of this leave behind package. Now, a lot of students, one of the patterns I noticed in the our writing assignment regarding the leave behind package was that a lot of students are talking about the target audience. Okay, who is the target audience for your leave behind package, folks? It's the person who interviewed you. That's who gets the leave behind package. Okay, it's not the principal designer. It's not the owner of the studio or the agency. It's the person who interviewed you. And it's simply a reminder to say, okay, I know you've interviewed 15 people today, and I know you have a stack of resumes and cover letters and probably leave behinds on your desk. And all I'm trying to do is make mine stand out. Okay? For that reason, I think the leave behind is a very, very, very critical piece. Those of you who are talking about designing your leave behind as some sort of a miniature version of your portfolio, two things. Number one, I personally think you're free to do what you want. Please, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I can direct you, but I'm not telling you what to do. I want you to think about this. To me, and one of the students in the discussion board touched on this. To me, the most important thing for me is if I get a leave behind, I want it to be A, it's got to be well designed. Okay? B, I just got done looking at your portfolio. Why do I want to look at it again? Do you see what I'm saying? So a set of portfolio cards, yeah, I mean, it could work, but I mean, it's not going to blow anyone away by any means. It's probably going to go in a stack of things that are, okay, more cards. All right? I'm saying this for a reason. The reason I'm saying this is because if you are one of the ones that elected to present your work in some sort of a secondary format, please consider that format. Don't just take the pages of your book, shrink them down, and make a miniature book. Or don't just take the pages of your portfolio, shrink them down, and make a miniature set of cards. Okay? I want you to take a look at this. Stuff like this, all right? See this accordion fold right here? Stuff like that is just, show that you understand. Show that you put some time into the process. Okay? This shows good understanding of applying two-dimensional graphics to something that's going to eventually be folded into a three-dimensional object. This shows me something about the designer. It's not just a recap of the work. Do you see what I'm saying? Let's look at another example. I think this is a fantastic example. Another accordion fold. Yet, yes, it is very, very interesting. Why? Because it's not just a miniature version of the portfolio. This is fantastic because basically it's showing the portfolio work, but it's in just fantastic, this wonderful poster format where if I were to get that, I would start unfolding this and go, oh, wow, this is cool. Do you see what I'm saying? As opposed to getting a set of cards. Okay, and those of you who are doing cards, I am by no means putting down your choice. I'm saying that it's the way that you do it. Which brings me to my next point. I think that a utilitarian leave behind to me is really a useful thing because, as a guy who looks at over 300, some 400 portfolios a year, and I get a bunch of leave behinds. Not so much anymore. I'm more teaching now than working and designing in principle at the studio. So, I don't really see as many leave behinds as I used to. However, the interesting ones I always see, and the interesting ones are the ones that get saved. Okay. Something like this is fabulous. When I was doing all of the interviewing and all of the portfolio reviewing, I would get stuff like this and I would be like, oh, hot dog. Yes. Something I can use. There's the little miniature portfolio. There's the business card. There's a little zip drive I can use right in my studio. And there's a number 6. I'm not real sure what pencil that's a drawing pencil. I'm not sure what the lead is, but something I can definitely use. I'm going to sharpen that thing up and I will probably start using it today. Okay, so that is fabulous. And the point I'm trying to make here is that sometimes utilitarian leave behinds are really, really a good idea. Like this, these little zip drives, little biodegradable zip drives. Of course, there's some electronics in it, so I shouldn't say biodegradable per se. But no reason your logo can't go right on that, right? Okay, so that's just what I wanted to say. And for those of you who are doing your basic portfolio cards, please consider presentation. Please consider trying to make your leave behind stand out among this sea of leave behinds that a hiring professional or portfolio reviewer might happen to have during any specific job interview process. Okay? All right, guys. That's what I have. Welcome to week 5. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or other, please don't hesitate to get with me. And I'm right here, guys. So questions, let me have them. Everyone is doing fantastic. I really, really I'm enjoying this class immensely. And I hope you guys are too. Everyone's doing great. Thanks, guys. See you in discussion board.